November 28, 2001. Wall Street freezes. Enron, once hailed as the most innovative company in America, has just filed for bankruptcy. In less than a month, its stock plummeted from $90 to less than $1. 25,000 employees lost their jobs. Pension funds vanished overnight, and the world was left asking, how did no one see this coming? Enron wasn't just a company. It was a fantasy. A house of cards built on lies, greed, and manipulation, so sophisticated it fooled everyone, from Harvard MBAs to the President of the United States. This is the story of how Enron fooled the world and collapsed overnight. Founded in 1985 by Kenneth Lay, Enron started as a modest natural gas pipeline company. But through aggressive deregulation, strategic lobbying, and flashy rebranding, Enron reinvented itself as a tech-powered energy trader. Lay brought in Jeff Skilling, a sharp, ambitious executive with a vision. Skilling introduced mark-to-market accounting, a method that allowed Enron to book profits the moment a deal was signed, regardless of whether the money ever materialized. It was accounting alchemy, and Wall Street loved it. Stock prices soared. Media outlets crowned Enron as the company of the future. But behind the curtains, a darker machine was growing, and it needed constant feeding. Enron claimed it was reshaping energy, but its real innovation was deception. Using a web of offshore entities with names like Jedi, Chuko, and Raptors, Enron moved debt off its balance sheet. Losses disappeared, risk vanished, profits artificially exploded. Jeff Skilling promoted a Darwinian corporate culture. Employees were ranked, and the bottom 15% were fired every year. Ruthlessness was a badge of honor. And then came Andrew Fastow, the mastermind CFO behind Enron's shadow empire. He engineered the shell companies that concealed losses and inflated revenue. Fastow made millions, and so did the company, until it didn't. By 2001, questions began to emerge. Analysts noticed that Enron's financial statements were opaque. No one could explain exactly how the company made money. Journalist Bethany McLean published a damning article, "Is Enron overvalued?" The market shuddered, but Enron doubled down, attacking critics and hiding deeper. That summer, CEO Jeff Skilling abruptly resigned. Stock began to slip. Creditors got nervous. And then, an internal whistleblower named Sharon Watkins came forward, exposing Fastow's tangled web. The SEC opened an investigation. Enron's stock crashed. Executives dumped shares as employees were locked out. In November 2001, it all came crashing down. Enron declared bankruptcy, the largest in U.S. history at the time. Employees lost everything. Executives walked away with millions. Documents were destroyed. Shredders ran day and night. Arthur Andersen, Enron's accounting firm, was convicted of obstruction of justice. 20,000 employees worldwide lost their jobs. Congress held hearings. The world watched in disbelief as America's corporate darling was revealed as a criminal empire. And behind it all, greed, ego, and a belief they were untouchable. The Enron collapse sparked massive reforms. The Sarbanes-Oxley Act was passed to tighten corporate accountability. But the damage was done. Jeff Skilling was sentenced to 24 years. Fastow served 5. Lay died before sentencing. But no amount of punishment brought the pensions back, or erased the betrayal felt by thousands. Enron became a symbol, not just of corporate fraud, but of how easy it is to mistake illusion for innovation. Enron fooled the world by selling a dream. But in the end, It proved a nightmare. A warning that brilliance without ethics is just a smarter way to lie. If you found this story haunting, subscribe for more untold collapses, hidden crimes, and forbidden truths, only here on The Invisible Collapse.